Hi.
Hello.
Welcome. Sorry you have been without us for. November was a hard month podcast wise for us, huh?
It was rough. I think it's yep.
Okay. Yeah, we're in week and sideways
I think we
8.
should do it by month, right?
Okay,
By
yeah.
month at this point. We're in month what? Month See, now I can't do math. Month 9? Month 9 of quarantine?
Yes. And here's some updates on how we've been doing. Let me ask you this. Sarah, are you more or less clumsy now than you have been before?
I'd say I'm less clumsy right now, mainly because I don't think I go outside. And I've been known to fall off curbs a lot. Like, curbs are kind of my enemy. I trip on curbs a lot. I do sideswipe tables, but I feel like less and less so. Because I'm getting so used, like, my house is the only place I am. Like, this is my, 600 square foot domain. And so I feel like I know every inch of it at this point. So I would say less clumsy, but it sounds like you have, you asked that question for a reason, so I'll let you talk.
Yeah, well, because here's what I'm dealing with. I feel like what it is I'm in a new home, different than the one I started this pandemic in. And I've just given up. In a lot of ways, mentally, we've all kind of just let go of some things and some control, right? We've kind of given up. It's not a question of if you've given up or not; it's how much have you given up.
And
so I've given up about. I'd say I've given up about 40%. Let's go there.
Wow. No, I'm glad you're hanging on to 60%. That's good. That's like impressive, and I'm glad you're holding on.
Well, I'm starting to think that maybe the 100% before maybe actually wasn't like that much. Like maybe my 100% is most people's 60%. Anyway, so I just feel like that combination means I am the clumsiest motherfucker. I am bumping into everything and spilling things. I cut myself so many times in a week on just stuff around the place. I cut my thumb. I got a bandit on my thumb.
Would you cut it on? A piece of paper? What's going on?
Piece of a plastic, like, drain snake thing. Like,
the classic drain snake injury. You just moved into your place and you had to drain snake it already?
The water flow is adequate. The sink, I shaved, and I didn't like it so much, and it's fine.
Oh, it's tough being hairy, let me tell you. I'm right there with you. It's tough being hairy.
Tough being hairy.
It's not the easiest place to be, yeah.
What else? What else is new? How has quarantine affected us thus far?
Let's give it, okay, how about you give me 3 facts, like just 3 facts since last time we talked about your life. They don't have to be exciting or about a specific theme, and they don't need any explanation. Just 3 raw, solid facts.
Okay. Fact number 1. I had a TikTok that kind of blew up. So that's number 1.
That's fun. Good. Okay, 1.
Number 2. I don't want to.
You don't want to what?
I don't know. I really can't. Okay.
There have to be a lot of things you don't want to do.
Here's a fact. My words don't work so good no more.
Okay, that's fact 2. And then fact 3.
Fact 3 is I have ordered so much food.
Okay, great. Those are good 3 quarantine facts.
Great. Good. You go now.
Okay. Good 3 quarantine facts. Okay, 1. Despite having so much time to clean my room, I haven't in months. And it's stressing me out.
Yes.
And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about it. And if I would just clean it, I could stop thinking about it. But instead, I'd rather just think about it all the time and not do it.
Right.
Fact 2. I bought very expensive candles. And I don't regret it. Damn it. They're
Yeah,
from
treat
a
yourself.
small business called Gavin Lux. I would recommend them. They're delicious smelling.
I'm glad you ended that with smelling. But let's move on to fact number 3.
Fact number 3. Fact number 3, there's currently a TikTok trend where people rub soap on their lips and then sing a specific Marina and the Diamond song and like blow bubbles to it. And I just have to say that I was doing that years ago, so much so I used to do it every time I went to the bathroom. You just put hand soap on your lips and then you breathe a little and spread your lips and you could blow bubbles out of your mouth. And
You did this every time you went to the bathroom?
for a while when I was like, I was old enough to know better. I was maybe 11 or 12. And I did it so much that my lips just got really chapped. They were just constantly because it like dries your lips out. So my lips were really chapped for like a solid couple months. So that was fun fact number 3.
I haven't seen this TikTok trend yet. Now I'm going to look out for it.
Yeah, well, obviously, you should get more. If you're going to be a viral TikTok celebrity, you need to be more in tune with what the trends and the trends are. And I'm just going to say that as a little piece of advice from me to you.
Does this mean I have to start dancing? Do I have to do the dances now?
You got to learn to dance. You need to have a renegade. You got to show your renegade.
Okay. I did say so in Just Dance 2021, so I feel like
You're on the
halfway there.
You're on the path to stardom at this point. Fun fact: Doja Cat was my number 2 most listened to artist on my Spotify roundup.
Nice. Mine was my number 1 was They Might Be Giants, which is kind of wild because, you know, they put out like a new thing every year, but you know they've been around. It's not like they had a particularly good year. I just am that much of a nerd.
Maybe you've had a particularly bad year. They haven't had that good of a year, but you've had a pretty bad year.
Yeah, I will say I probably listen to music about a fourth of the time that I normally do in a normal year.
Oh, interesting. So you listen to music less now that you're locked in your house.
Yeah, I definitely. Sorry, I had old audio from another old show in here. I was hearing our voices. It was really tripping me out. Yeah. I did not listen to music because, like, I like to listen to music like at an office when I'm working on things. You know, it's a nice setting to just be distracted. But at home, you know, either TV's always on. Like, I'm sharing a workspace with Elena, and so we're usually like watching something. So it just is less of me listening to things. Some days I have, but not as much.
Interesting. I've always just listened to the same 4 songs, so I'm not.
Right.
I feel like my music consumption is probably about the same as it used to be. But I did go through a weird period in quarantine where my anxiety was so high that I couldn't really listen to music because it was too much stimulus.
Yeah,
there were too many things already being input into my system, and adding purposeful music on top of that was just like short-circuiting my brain. But luckily, that was a very short era of quarantine. I feel like Paige and I were just talking about if we could organize our quarantines into periods, like what would they be? And it would be like Love Island. There was the Love Island period, which is, you know, the overarching theme, I feel like, for me.
Right.
But, you know, organizing them by your various neuroses and or coping mechanisms, I feel like is the best way to organize this quarantine.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think for me, it definitely started with the Tiger King period. And I'll have to do more thinking on the rest. But I will say, like, I totally agree with you. Like, there's definitely a period of time where there was no content that appealed to me. Like, I sat and thought about, like, what do I want to watch? What do I want to listen to? Do I want to play anything? And there was just nothing. Nothing was good. For, like, 2 weeks. I just didn't care.
Wow, that sounds like depression.
Man, you know, I'm not saying it wasn't, but a lot of what was happening around the world certainly caused it, whatever it was.
Well, we're hanging in there. Hopefully our listeners are hanging in there. We made it through 9 months, and boy, if we have to, we'll make it through 9 months more, but good God, please don't let it be that long.
Yeah, wash your hands, wear a mask, and, you know, don't do too much gathering around too many people. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
know? Don't do it. Not worth it. Not worth it. Yeah, I think the wildest thing is just how many people I still see just not wearing masks. Like, in our building, we have an elevator we gotta go up, and there'll be people holding the door open for Elena or I, and they'll not have a mask. And they'll just be like, they don't
Yeah,
see the
how do you
problem.
decline that? Yeah, how do you decline that? No, please
Yeah.
close that door. It's fine.
No. Wear a mask. Just do it. Also,
mask.
they're
And
sexy.
they're savvy?
They're sexy, I said. They're
Oh.
also savvy.
Oh, so
Man,
you're one
masks
of
are
those
big,
you're one of those
sexy.
who are like, I get to focus on the eyes. That's hot.
Ooh, mystery.
Let's start the show.
Okay. I'm going to wear a mask long after this is all over. Is all I'm saying.
You caught my eye in the grocery line, and I fancied myself a man worth your time, and I couldn't help thinking I wish you were mine, a man-seeking woman whose total is 589. I don't do this often. I'm not like the guys, which is why I find myself in a sort of existential crisis.
Podcast for listener Albie or ho ho ho. It's time for another Existential Crisis, the show where we take the misconnection section into new directions. I'm Talon Bigelow.
I'm Sarah Thompson.
And on this show, we take misconnections cherry-picked from the misconnection section by us, for you, and each other, because we're cold reading them. That's right. Neither of us has seen the connections that the other one has picked. And we get a little wild. And you know what? I'm going to say it right up top here. Same for kids. Turn around. Turn around, kid.
Kid, children,
Children.
get out of here. That's not, you
You
don't,
don't want this.
get out of here.
You don't want this. You know what you're doing.
You're not ready for this heat.
Come back in a year.
Well, what if they're only 7?
Well, then come back in a year and we will reevaluate. And I promise, if you come back in a year, just, you just come back and we'll see.
We'll see.
Maybe he's an early bloomer.
Oh, that's fair, I guess. Some people mature quicker than others, and ain't that what life is all about?
Ain't that what life is all about? So I've sent you, Sarah, a misconnection to start us off.
Cool. I sent you one via text also, but don't read it yet. It's okay. Slack wasn't letting me preview which picture I was sending, so I didn't want to do it that way.
See, this is the problem I have. Okay, anyway. Go on.
Okay. We're going to stop whining about our technical difficulties and get to the meat of the show. Sorry.
Get to the meat of this Craigslist sandwich.
This is where it starts. It's starting right here. This is the part where the misconnection is. Here it is. I'm about to read the misconnection. The text will be from a misconnection. What do you regret doing or not doing? Haddonfield. What opportunity did you let pass by in life? Do you miss a particular person or do you miss an activity more? Tell me why. Happy holidays. This is Krampus. He just wants
What?
you to feel sad this holiday. I don't know much about Krampus, but I imagine he harvests sad feelings during Christmas time. I don't think that's true at all.
Yes, he's the Christmas Pennywise.
Well, Christmas Pennywise, that guy just chews on people's heads and stuff.
But he also feasts on their fear, I think.
Oh, okay. I don't look too deep into it lore. I didn't enjoy myself. I had to sit through enough of that movie. I don't try to subject myself to any more of it than I have to.
That's right. It also is very confusing because he does seem to want their fear, but also he does chew and eat them. So I don't know.
And he did choose to be a clown, which traditionally brings people joy. Okay, I guess what I should have said is this is bad. This is pre-ending of Monsters, Inc. Monsters.
Okay.
So harvesting the holiday sad times. Why would you want to make people reminisce about the things they can't have? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just like on all accounts, this is not how a misconnection's supposed to work. And like,
No.
I know we're all about being very accepting here on this podcast, but I gotta draw the line somewhere. What are you doing? What is this person doing? Do they have a podcast? Do you think they have a podcast about Craigslist? And this is how they get their content? Is this how they get off?
they're farming. Well, I guess you could argue very tangentially it is a misconnection because it is misconnection related because it's asking for, what did you let pass by you in life? Is it a person? And what is that if not a prompt for a misconnection? I have the hiccups. Sorry. They're gone. Ooh, that was exciting. That's never happened to me on the podcast before. First time. It's the first time for all you Craig's Social Crisis fans. This is not Talon's first time choking to death live on air, though.
I'm going to have to cut time out of this podcast for the first time in a while. Sure, this is misconnection adjacent, but fine. I'll let it slide.
Did you bring this up because you have an opportunity that you let pass by you in life and you miss a particular person or miss an activity more?
You know what? I'll tell you what I do regret not doing in my life. One of my life's regrets.
Yeah?
And this may have come up before. It's hard to tell. Was not going with the Seattle Mariner Moose when he was trying to get me to go with him at a Mariner game.
We definitely have talked about this.
We definitely have talked about this.
But I think that it was a valid fear.
Yeah.
I wouldn't judge young you for that. I think that was good. I recently had a conversation with some friends, and we had a whole conversation about the ones that got away, and it was hilarious and delightful. And I think it's fun. People's the one that got away stories are really fun. And I always wonder, much like misconnections, I think they're along the same lines of misconnections. And that, getting to hear those stories, they're, personal, and they're, a little vulnerable, because you have to admit that, you wanted something, and I think that's always vulnerable. I like the idea of there should be a ones that got away rants and raves section on Craigslist.
Yeah, you know what? I'd be totally down for that. Maybe we just start, because a lot of people use misconnections kind of for that,
Yeah.
You'll always see, I think I may even have one today, but you'll always see that kind of message around the section. And yeah, it should just have its own thing, because one, I'd get less upset, and then there'd be a nice curated
list
part of Craigslist just for that.
I agree. I think for me, the ones that got away were this really nice pair of black cowboy boots in an Oregon Goodwill that I saw once, and they were $25, and I was like, that's too much. And they fit perfectly, and then I didn't buy them because I was an idiot. And I think about them a lot, and it's been at least 6 years.
Oh. Shoot.
Thanks. I sent you a misconnection. It's on your text.
Yes.
Your text.
It's on my text.
I won't say that ever again. I regret using that phrase.
No, it's fine. We're gonna have a talk after the episode.
Okay. I'm not allowed to refer to your texties.
Don't do that. Please don't do that.
Okay. I'll stop.
Let him see. Tattoo Man. We were getting coffee on a late September afternoon at Sleepy Monk. Where else? The sunlight gleamed off your sweat, glistened back, and the words clearly from shoulder blade to shoulder blade read as such. Let him see. We want to see. We were nothing short of enamored. Let him see. Hashtag let MC. Hashtag let me see. Hashtag let us see. Hashtag let them see.
Let him see.
Let him see.
Truly, this might be one of my favorite ones I've seen. This writer did let me see, and I was delighted to read this.
Yeah, this was good. Wow, a lot going on. First, what do we think this tattoo's about? What do we think is going on there?
I was hoping they're a nudist. I read Cannon Beach, but I misread it. I thought they were at the nude beach on Savi's. And I thought to myself, how much more perfect could it be than a nudist with a tattoo that says "Let him see"? I could not think of a more perfect person, but a pairing of tattoo in person.
Right.
I feel like match made in heaven, because a lot of times, when you get a tattoo, it feels like it was always there. The person just unearthed it for you. And what is more true than this pairing of nudist and Let him see? But unfortunately, it was at Cannon Beach, which is not a nude beach.
Well, he was petitioning for it to be one.
Yeah, and also I am wondering if they were shirtless Only because what if there was something below that, like a giant crucifix on their back or something? Like, what if it actually is religious? I don't know.
That would be a weird religious tattoo. I'd say.
All right. Well, everyone witnesses their faith in different ways.
I mean, there's a lot of key religious like phraseology, have you heard the good word, things like that.
Ah, yes, phraseology. Yes, I do know that.
Phraseology, yeah. Thank you. But let him see. Like, if you got a pamphlet left out of your door, just let him see, and then like a photo of Jesus.
I would be drawn in. I think I would be drawn in.
Yeah, I'd take a look at that.
Now you're rethinking it. You're thinking it's a good idea, aren't you?
Now I'm thinking it just speaks to me differently, differently than other religions have. If that religious vibe is kind of something that, like, if you saw a church full of this guy, and someone outside handing out pamphlets, be like, "Hey, you want to see? Let him see." I take that pamphlet.
Yeah, it's like, this is they're not saying force them to see, they're saying let them see, They'll come to it. You can't force a horse to water. You can't make it swim.
You can't make it a Christian.
There you go. Horses are known pagans. Yeah, let them see. I hope that person is doing well. I also appreciate that there's enough detail in this misconnection that the person it was meant for knows it was meant for them.
Yeah, kudos again to the writer of this misconnection.
Kudos.
Just giving us so much to work with, so much meat, and
shoulder meat, if you will.
Shoulder meat, so much shoulder meat, and it was just delightful to read.
Thank you.
5
All
stars.
Right.
Is that what we're doing on the show? We're rating misconnections?
No, we don't do that. We think they're all 5 stars, except for the ones that are racist and or sexist and or homophobic.
But if they're all 3, still possibly could be 5 stars.
Could still be 5 star.
Impressive.
We call that the triple crown. All right.
With a K.
With a K. Oh, no. Oh, Christ. That was good. I set you up and you spiked it right into the end zone. That's sports. Okay. My pummy, Dallas. You, RJ, aka Action. I sincerely hope to God you are okay. I pray for all that almost every day. I hate it, but I miss you so much. I went to a Thanksgiving dinner in hopes that I'd run into you. I even brought a date to try to make you jealous. You weren't there. Maybe you changed your life around and went to live with your sister? That would be such a relief. But I'm afraid that's probably not the case. Last I heard, you were still with that one person that you like so much when you aren't with me, and picking up her habits that I refuse to be with someone who likes that sort. The person you left to be with is incarcerated. But where are you? Are you safe? I love you so much. This hurts a lot, and I just miss your face. Hope your Thanksgiving and your B-Day was better than you could ask for. I will always, 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 always love you. Love always and forever, KJ. Pummy Yummy Umpkin. Well, I suppose this is the place to leave a note like this. Although I do feel like I got a very intimate look into somebody's life that maybe I wasn't ready for.
Ooh. Let's focus on Pummy Yummy Umpkin for a second.
Okay,
then.
please tell me what your thoughts are.
Just a great nickname. I just wanted to spread it mostly. I just feel like I hope there are more Pummy Yummy Umpkins to come out of this. That's mainly it.
I hate to correct you, but they do say Pummy Yummy Umpkin, but I like Pummy Ummy Umpkin better.
Well, I think it's all how you say it. I mean, it is Pummy Yummy Umpkin, but if you say it fast enough, it kind of rolls off the tongue.
Pummy Yummy Umpkin.
Pummy Yummy Umpkin.
Pumice stone. Pummy.
There you go. I will say
Pumice.
it wasn't...
Sorry.
This
sorry.
This whole thing was not what I expected when I read the title. It's like, oh, this is...
Yeah. Yeah, what were you expecting?
I really don't know. Pummy alone, I don't have the full context.
True.
Yeah, Maybe
I should have read this in a baby voice. Maybe that's what you were missing, is I should have been reading this in a baby voice.
Do you want to
My
try a
tummy.
sentence?
No, I don't.
Okay. That was enough for me, I think, anyway.
Okay, me too.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is a very intimate misconnection. I don't think it's... I mean, it's mostly just very sweet and caring, but definitely seen intimate ones that were less like that. So, nice kind of fresh change of pace from that.
Something different. Yeah, less vindictive.
Yeah, yeah.
I think this is their one who got away. We were talking about that, and I think this is their one who got away. It sounds like they were very willing to forgive them, even though they ended up with someone else who was incarcerated now. I mean, that is really a way. Now is the time to make your move. If you're the person you're in love with, if their partner is now incarcerated, this is the time.
That would be what I would have to wait for to make my first move. Just to know, because I've always been just so hesitant to, do things like that. So
that is how you got with Elena, yeah. Her significant other was incarcerated.
I waited till every other man she could possibly be interested in was behind bars. And,
the prison industrial complex plays a vital role in Talon's love life.
Hey, once you go, I can't. There's nothing.
Don't worry about it. You don't need to top it.
Sorry to disappoint everybody, listeners. I'm so. You know what, Jess? The brain, it don't get enough sunlight nowadays, and so
it's like a gentle fern. It needs that sunlight to unfold, and it's not getting it.
Not getting it one bit.
I sent you another one, also in your texties.
I should just text you back. I feel like would be.
Yeah,
easier.
I feel like we should stop doing two different mediums. But who am I? I'm not the technical director of this podcast. Nobody's the technical director of this podcast,
and nobody's doing a bang-up job. Fred Meyer's cashier once lifted a couch by myself. Your story and delivery were wonderful. The idea of a lady that strong, well, that's pretty hot. Yeah, they're right. Wow, lady lifting up a couch by herself. Damn. I'm just thinking about it, and I'm just getting sweaty, and hot and bothered.
Yeah.
By herself, though.
By herself.
Like, not even with help. Like, not even
nothing.
Just by herself.
An entire couch. I feel like that had to have been dramatized. I can't imagine anyone, even the buffest person in the world, lifting a couch completely by themselves. That seems preposterous.
Like, are we talking about lifting an edge of the side of the couch off the floor, or holding the whole thing over her head?
Oh, I could do that. Just like in a cartoon when they have to vacuum under the couch, I could pick up a couch on one side up very high.
And hold the vacuum in the other while you hold baby and rock them gently with your third arm.
Exactly. My penis.
No, it's not what no, not a penis.
The penis, just to make it clear to everyone, the penis is the arm that's lifting the couch. It's just a normal arm that's rocking the baby.
Then I think that's okay.
That's fine.
Sorry,
you said third arm. What are you asking me to say, if not the Enos word?
Oh, just a third arm. Just what I said.
You backed me into a corner. You made me say penis.
You made some dangerous assumptions. Wow, this is so short and sweet. What is the story that you think that...
Well,
it's not much of a story.
I think story was a strong word for them to use in terms of what the cashier probably said to them. But I also wasn't there, so who am I to know? Fred Meyer's cashier people, they're very kind sometimes. Like all people, they're a mixed bag.
Yeah. Okay, so there's two versions of this. The first one being this person had a decent story that involved them having to lift a couch by themselves, and and the person being rung up was like, yeah, that's pretty.
That's
pretty
hot.
Impressive. And also they told the story extremely well. I was very captivated. Or the alternative version is this cashier offhandedly just saying, I had to lift a couch up by myself the other day. and the person being like, "Oh, we sorry, you what? Oh my, whoa, wow, okay, wow,
That's
thank
pretty
you.
hot.
Yeah, I will have a good day. Holy shit,
I gotta go write this misconnection.
I have to go write a misconnection immediately. If you know what I'm talking about."
I do. I've got to go lift a couch with my third arm. He wrote this connection with his third arm. Anyways.
Anyway.
I would say probably more than the couch lifting, a good storyteller that's a turn on. That's hot. If somebody's good at telling a story and captivating an audience,
Yeah.
I'd say that's hot. I don't know that I've ever
That
been.
is hot.
You know, I don't know if I'm the majority, the minority. I don't know what the people think. But I don't know that I've ever been turned on by a raw display of strength.
Well, I guess I don't know how many I've ever witnessed. You know?
Maybe I needed to maybe I need to hang out with some strong people, and then I could say whether or not that's hot.
Yeah, I need that. Yeah, that's my problem.
Like seeing people do things well, that is hot. So I
Sure.
guess
I mean, that's a
seeing
whole.
somebody lift a couch well.
But is it seeing it is one thing. If you had seen it, sure.
Yeah.
This person heard about it.
Oh, that's true. Fair enough. Yeah, there's an extra. This is like that cave parable, you know, where the people are sitting in the cave and what they're seeing is just the shadows. Do you know what I'm talking
No,
about?
I don't.
I'm explaining it terribly. It's like a famous philosopher's idea of what perception is. It's like
Okay.
it's like a metaphor. There are people in a cave. This is so not well explained. There are people in a cave and they're looking at what they think is real life because they've been raised in this cave. But what they're actually seeing is just the shadows,
Oh.
like shadow puppets
Gotcha.
on the
And-
wall.
Yeah.
That's you should definitely, anyone who's ever taken a college course is probably yelling at me right now because I'm telling this really terribly, but it's a thing. I don't like
I believe you.
metaphors, all right?
Hey, that's okay. Then that you think, then that you think.
All right.
But yeah, you're right. It's that's what we're dealing with here. This is a very different situation than seeing someone lift a couch up in front of you. This is being told by your cashier at Freddy's that they lifted a couch.
The most erotic grocery store.
No. No, it's not erotic to put
Wait,
your
what's
like
the most
tall
erotic
boy
grocery
cans
store in that case? You had a very strong opinion about this. Hold on.
I just don't think it's Fred Meyer. I think it's probably bottom of that list.
Wait, who do you think is the hottest grocery store?
Target.
It's barely a grocery store. All right, I'm moving
Well.
on.
But it has a grocery section, and it's pretty sexy.
Girl that works at Burger King in Sandy. Jasmine, you were very cute. Sorry how my uncle acted. Would love to get to know you. Hit me up if this reaches you, man for female. What a whirlwind. Wow. Not a breath to pause with.
Nope.
I would like to know how our uncle acted. Have I ever told you? I don't think I've told on this story, but it is one of my favorite stories of all time.
Okay.
When I was in high school, it was very cool to just hang out at the mall and then go to the McDonald's that was near the mall. And so one day, my friend Paige and I went to the McDonald's to hang out at the McDonald's near the mall. And we were sitting eating our quarter pounders, and somebody we recognized from our middle school, like he was like a grandpa of one of the kids at our middle school, like came in. And so we were kind of eavesdropping because, like, you know, you're always like, oh, that's a person I know. I wonder what they're up to. And he, like, went up to the counter and he, like, orders some, some quarter pounders and some fries. And then at the end of his order, the cashier goes, okay, and anything else for you today? And he looks her dead in the eyes, enraged, and goes, what do you mean, what else? What else is there?
Oh, wow.
And I still quote that to this day. This man, I cannot express enough how much this man was not joking. He was genuinely enraged when she asked that question.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
Anyways,
Brilliant.
so I'm guessing that's what I imagined went down in this Burger King to this poor, nice person named Jasmine who was just trying to do their job.
Yeah. Oof. Uncle. What you doing? Why are we treating fast food employees in any way other than please and thank you for providing me with fries and a burger?
Why are we treating them at all?
Why are we? Why are we? I don't know. There should be minimal interaction. Honestly, it's fast food. It should be. You don't even. Why do we even have the time to be rude?
That was a hot take that I didn't even really mean. I regret saying it. I think that interaction's an important part of your day if you're working. But I also think that you should not have to be subjected to old men yelling, "What do you mean? What else? What else is there at you?"
Man, we haven't talked about, because I have no reason to really, my old neighbor Clarence. In a while.
Are you kidding? We've talked about him. Oh, in a month. Got it.
In a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, because again, I don't live next to him. But like that was kind of his thing, was like yelling at customer service people, and loud enough that I know about it in detail, and it's just wild. And having been on the other side of it too, just like what people think they can get away with if. I don't know if they're on the phone or just feel like they're somehow in a position of power because of they're not talking to a manager. I don't know. It's just
we're just afforded
it's
so
wild.
little power in our lives that sometimes when the chance to have power comes up, you snatch it with your grubby little hands.
But I've just never thought I could get something faster, other than being a child, by like yelling for it.
Okay, well, I think that sometimes yelling does get you what you want, but it's not a good thing to do.
Not just yelling, but like, berating a person.
Yes.
Being mean to someone. It's never worked out as a way for me to get the thing I want from them.
That's a hot take, Talon.
Oof. Why people gotta be so mean?
Why you gotta be so rude?
Hey, remember that band?
Nope.
I'll
right,
give you
you a new
$10 if you can name the name of that band.
Magic. Their name was Magic.
Well, wait, let me finish. Let me finish. $10 if you can do it in less than a second, and I believe you did it in 2. So
you owe me $10.
You owe me a hot dog.
Let's. I owe you a hot dog and the price of watching that movie.
So we'll just subtract that from the $10 I owe you.
Yeah. I do owe you a hot dog. I should have a hot dog just delivered to your house mysteriously in the night. I'm gonna go to your house and wait until somebody's pulling up, and then I'm gonna leave a raw Oscar Mayer on your doorstep and see how long it takes you to find it. All right.
Good.
Anywho.
You can actually, I think that hot dog place we were talking about going to is on a certain food delivery app. Even though it's like a walk from where I live, you should just deliver a hot dog. Because I think that'd just be really funny for the person who has to deliver it like 5 steps away.
A single weenie.
A single hot dog approximately 1 block away. Woman in white driving white minivan, Jansen Beach, Lane Bryant, Jansen Beach. I watched you park your van as I ate my lunch, and when you stepped out, I was immediately turned on. You looked amazing, and your booty is to die for. You crossed the road and went to Lane Bryant. If you haven't been ass-worshipped before, hit me up. I'm a very attractive male with a great body and even better skills.
Now, to be honest, the main reason I wanted to read this is that I could dunk on Lane Bryant and how much I hate their clothes. But I think that maybe there is some content here as well within this connection itself. Maybe.
Well,
I'll grudgingly
where do you want to
admit
start?
it.
Do you want to like shit on Lane Bryant adjacently to our conversation about the rest of the content? Because
I'll slip some barbs in. We don't need to make it the focus.
Cool. And while you're
got
doing
a lot
that,
of hatred.
I want to hear it, but you're gonna have to educate me a little bit about Lane Bryant because
All right, let me tell you about it.
Their wares. Okay.
Let me tell you about it. So Lane Bryant and I could be wrong. I'm not wrong. Lane Bryant markets itself as, I would say, like workwear for the plus size woman. And when I say plus size, I think their sizes probably range anywhere from like an 8, which is a totally straight size, probably to maybe like a 22 in stores, which is like the low end of fat people. So there's that to start with. Everything everything is bad. I don't know how to express to you enough that everything is bad. Like, they do a very particular thing that I think is true of a lot of fat clothes, where they're like, we have to distract. We need to distract. And so they'll be like a perfectly fine shirt, like a shirt with stripes. And you'll be like, this is a fine shirt with stripes. And then you'll take it off the hook to look at it, and then it'll just have fringe on the bottom for no reason other than they were like, the more elements they add, the less people will be able to see that they have a body. A horrifying, obese body.
Okay, I see. Okay.
So there's my Lane Bryant. Yeah, they just make really ugly clothes. There's my answer.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm not going to shop there.
Don't.
I'm not going to do it.
But if you do have a dump truck of an ass, you should go and head out to that parking lot. Somebody's waiting for it.
Hey, all you Mrs. Incredibles out there. Go ahead and bring your booty to outside of this Jansen Beach, Lane Bryant, where you can be ass worshipped if you haven't been. Only if you haven't been.
Yeah. First time ass worshipped. I don't want you to be anyone else's ass deity. You've got to be just my ass goddess.
It's no fun to get sloppy seconds. No.
Mm-mm.
When it comes to ass worship, especially.
Let him see. That's what I have to say about ass worship. I just love the idea that your booty is to die for. There's an ass you're gonna die for, I guess. It's the one that you see in a Lane Bryant parking lot. Are you wondering if there's an ass you would die for? I feel like that's what you're trying to contemplate
but I
now.
sidestepped to, like, what? I'm not at.
Just
ass
say it.
worshipping. The idea of worshipping any part of anyone. I guess I what's happening there? What the? How literal is this worship? Because it's a very specific word, and I just feel like maybe it doesn't mean what he thinks it means.
No, that's a thing.
Okay.
Worship is like a specific, it's like a thing.
Like cover it in holy water and...
No. I think it's just like focused. Like
just
it's
a lot of
focused on that body part.
It's
focus.
like,
I think there is, a level of actual worship.
See, now I got
it's not
lost.
all like... Talon got so excited he drooled his gum.
No, it was a mint.
Oh, excuse me.
That was a tooth that fell out of my mouth.
Let me pop that right back in.
I got worried.
I think there is an aspect of veneration.
Sure.
And I think that it doesn't all have to do with sticking things in it. I think that's maybe not even the end game in this case.
Sure, that sounds like it's a different thing.
Yeah,
probably.
But I think it's a thing. I just love that it took you so long to ask.
I just didn't. I didn't know how to. Didn't know how to get there. Okay, well, great.
Yeah.
I'm just, it just seems like a loose term. Is all.
Yeah, ass worship. I feel like I could guess what's going on with ass worship.
Right, but I never like really asked. Need really.
Yeah.
Like, what does Urban Dictionary say?
Like, you just gone through life nodding every time people say ass worship. And just waiting for the day when somebody will actually explain it.
Every time someone brings it up in a conversation and everyone else acts like they've heard about it, I can't be the person who hasn't heard about it. So
who says, what's ass worship? Yeah.
Wow. Oh, did you hear that
No,
Brian
I'm glad
got
we...
ass worshipped on Thursday? Oh,
this is a safe space. Yeah, this is a safe space for you to ask about ass worship.
Cool.
The Church of Ass has its doors open to you. Let him see.
Let him see. Hear ye, hear ye. Welcome all to the Church of Ass.
Great. Yeah, what a charming little misconnection. I hope you, they were eating their lunch in their car too. Just wanted to point that out. We don't need to have a discussion about it. I just wanted to say
No,
they were mid-lunch when this happened, just to add context to the visuals that everyone has.
Yeah, very important. All of the visuals of booties to die for and ass worship and yeah. Can we go back real quick? I just sent you one, but
Yeah.
just real quick because I just forgot
Yes.
about this bit with the whole Burger King employee thing. I think it's really funny that it ends with man for female.
Yes.
Like, you know, this person's like apologizing for their uncle, is kind of shooting their shot, trying to get to this one specific person, and it's almost like at the end they kind of just, Hail Mary. I don't know. I'll also take whatever I can get. Like, that's how it reads to me. Like, yeah, Elizabeth, really want to get to know you more? Hit me up. I am just single and ready to mingle for whoever.
I mean, you got to cast a wide net if you want to catch any fish. You know, if you keep fishing for one fish and you're not getting that fish, is a good metaphor.
This is
Eat this, Mr. Man who talks about fire and walls and shadows. Here's a good metaphor. Fish.
Yeah.
All right.
2 nets. 1 fish.
To the person answering my Home Depot question, thank you. Okay, so here's the deal. I don't know if we could call them friends. They're not friends of ours. I don't know who they are, but they seem cool. They seem nice. There's an account on Instagram called misconnections_PDX. Yeah, we're giving them a shout out.
Yeah, okay.
And they actually posted this.
I didn't even see them post it.
I know, because we trawl the same. This happens a lot where we'll read one and then later that night I'll see them post it and I'll be like, yep, we were on the same misconnection today.
Yep.
So they actually posted this one, which is a series. It's part of a series.
Wait,
and if
what?
if you'd like, I can read you the series right now.
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
Because I was really thinking this was like someone just wanting to thank one specific person that helped them at Home Depot and realizing, shoot, I should have done it earlier. I'll do it on the internet. Like, that was my perspective. So I am thrilled that this is just tip of the iceberg.
I do like the context of yours, though, that they were just in a Home Depot and they were like, do you think this plywood would hold up well in like a moist area? And the person was like, yeah, totally. And they were like, all right, I'm going to get it. And then they got home and they were like, fuck!
Yeah.
Fuck, I forgot. Oh, fuck, my mom's going to be so mad at me. She raised me better than this. And then immediately writes this misconnection to...
because I was seriously thinking I might, there's a lot of things that keep me up at night that I did years ago. That I'm like, what if I could just write a misconnection about it and be done with it?
That would be a good absolution of guilt, but unfortunately that's not what this is. Okay,
not what this is.
I will read you the misconnection. So, misconnection 1. Clarifying question. Just wanted to make sure. But when someone posts about Home Depot on here, it's like a code word for something sex related, right? It's gotta be. ... Misconnection 2. To the person asking about Home Depot, the answer is yes. Misconnection 3. To the person answering my Home Depot question, thank you.
Oh my god.
Extremely civil.
Now I gotta search Home Depot on the misconnection section and see what... I need to crack this code.
Yeah, I feel like it might be related... I feel like I have seen a Home Depot one, and I feel like it might be related to the conspiracy theory we kind of discussed in our last episode with the person who was wearing the tight clothes and they asked for a glass of water or something. I feel like I've seen something written in a similar voice that was set at Home Depot. You know?
Okay.
Are you recalling?
I
It's
am
all
recalling.
connected.
Yes.
It's all connected, Talon, is what I'm trying to say.
It's all misconnected.
Hey.
This shit writes itself. Wow. Well, okay, I'm gonna be on lookout. So, wow. Okay. So, I think there's several verified types of code on misconnections then that we have discovered and unearthed, that we on this podcast have discovered first before anyone. This just makes it a much more complicated and involved thing than I thought. I thought my perceptions of
Please.
Craigslist and misconnections
Yes.
have been shattered.
Oh my God. It's only
Yeah.
taken so many years of our podcast for you to say it out loud, and I'm glad you've arrived.
Yeah, and I didn't think I would be here, but here we are. And
God help you, here you are.
God help us. So, who knows what season 3 of this show will bring, you know? By the way, you're
Not
on
me.
season 2 of Existential Crisis.
Good to know. I was
Good to
also
know.
not aware. When they make this
Yeah.
into box sets, this will be, yes, I see.
Right.
Is this one for me to read now or to read after the credits?
Oh, this is for now.
Okay.
And then we could definitely wrap it up.
All right. Safeway parking lot. You, black car, black beard. Us, two guys eating breakfast in a gray truck. Yeah, not giving us a lot to go off there. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Yep.
Yeah.
At least,
you know what?
at
Be more
least
descriptive.
Ass Worship Guy was clear about what they wanted to do
Right.
with this connection. I feel like this one's left a little more to the imagination. I'm guessing that they don't want to just invite him for breakfast, but who am I
Yeah.
to say?
I mean, I'm kind of
Who am I to
responding
say?
to this the same way I would actually respond if I were, you know, I am black car, black beard. I have
Yeah.
those things.
You do?
So I do. So like, if I were just to be in a Safeway parking lot, which sometimes I am, and saw two guys eating breakfast in a gray truck, and they were just like looking at me, I wouldn't really know what to make of it. It could be a little friendly, sure. Could be
A
that
little
they
bit.
maybe they want to jump me. Maybe they want my money. Maybe they want to jump my bones. I don't know. I need more detail. And how I would go, and I put myself in this person's shoes, and I said, Talon, how do you solve this problem? How do you figure out what they want? And obviously, it's you start up a conversation. So I think this
Yeah.
person, black car, black beard, just respond to these two guys and see what they want. Figure it out. Let
How
us
was
know.
your breakfast? Just be like, was your breakfast good? That's a good opener.
Yeah.
We'll let you use that for free.
Wow, eggs Benedict in a car. That seems difficult, but
Bold,
worth it.
bold choice.
Bold choice. I would have gone with like a breakfast burrito or maybe even a bagel sandwich.
You know, on second thought, do not take our advice. I'm already bored of this conversation, and it hasn't even started.
Yeah, you know what?
Start
I don't know
out.
what these two
start
guys
out
want,
hot.
but
Go
they
up to
lost
him and
it.
be like, "Do you want to worship at this house of ass?"
Yeah. Wear some Spanx, some gold metallic Spanx if you can find them. Emblazoned
okay.
with the words, "This is your temple."
Yeah, that seems
Hot pink lettering, hot pink, collegiate font.
Yes, this all sounds good.
Yeah. So, Guy, black car, black beard, in Safeway parking lot. Do get back to us. We look forward to hearing from you. And yeah, listeners, stay tuned. More on that saga as it develops.
Possibly
And-
never.
Possibly never. Possibly. It's always possibly. I mean, obviously, that's a given. You know, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what the future holds.
Life is uncertain.
Life is uncertain. Meteor could come any second.
Well, it
And
didn't. Right when
didn't-
it's cue, it missed its
Yep.
cue. That's embarrassing. All right.
Well, so maybe next year. But if you're still here, there's one thing you can be thankful for, and that is more of this show coming your way until the meteor comes. We will do this show until the meteor comes. That is our promise. Thank you so much for listening to Craig's Existential Crisis. We're going to have one more misconnection for you. But before we do that, if you like what you hear, please consider leaving a rating and review in the Apple Podcasts app. I was just looking at our stats, and it sounds like about 75% of the people listening to the show are coming from the Apple Podcasts app. Now, I did some math, and what it told me is that not all those people, and you know who you are, have left us a review in the Apple Podcasts app. So if that is something you haven't done, really an insanely helpful thing you can do to help more people see us, helps more people find us, helps put us in front of more faces and ears. So consider doing that. Anything with a 5-star rating will get read on this show by me. And, maybe I'll rope Sarah into it one day. I don't know. No, she's not.
No.
She's shaking her
Still,
head no.
Still not gonna happen yet.
Well, we'll see. Never say never. Also, just
Yep.
tell a friend. Tell a friend that you like the show if you like this show so much. If you claim to like this show so much.
Yeah, that was really bratty. If you like this show so much, why don't you tell a friend?
Yeah, it sounds like you're such a big fan. Why don't you tell people to listen to us?
You call yourself a Craig? Prove it.
What are we? I don't know. I'm really looking forward to when we can just do these like in person again all the time.
God. We will have a live show as soon as we're allowed to gather in public. We're gonna do some live shows and it's gonna kick ass.
Yeah, it is gonna kick ass. But until then, I'll try and get my communication brain to work again here. So follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and we also want to thank the incredible Rose Sherman for writing and performing our theme song. Check her out at Hey Shermy on Instagram. If you have a misconnection or a story of your own and you want to send us a personal ad to share with the world, you can do so. Drop us a line at craigcrypod@gmail.com. That's CRAIGCRIPod@gmail.com. Gmail.com. It's really weird that theme song decided to emphasize the gmail.com part because it's not the unique part of the address.
Yeah, I feel like that's the part everyone will be able to remember.
Right. What was that email address? All I can remember is gmail.com. Well, I'll just do this later. Or you can send anything you want to send us to any of our social media spots. Our next episode is probably going to be out in a week. God willing. We'll do our best. No promises. But we're doing okay. We promise. Now, I still got to send you a misconnection. Sarah, it's December. What is that, you watching any fun holiday movies yet? Where are you at? You jolly? You
Well,
jolly?
I do have to say that Netflix took down my favorite holiday movie, which is Chalet Girl, starring the person Felicity from Rogue One. What was her name? Felicity.
Felicity Jones.
And Ed Westwick of Gossip Girl fame, who I think is canceled.
Ooh.
So don't like him. But that movie's really good. It's got more montages than you could shake a stick at. But Netflix took it down. So I have nothing to look forward to this December. And with that, I will read this misconnection.
Oh, okay. I was going to try and cheer you up, but forget it.
Don't do it.
Okay.
Okay. Brunette in a cowboy hat blasting Zappa from your pickup. Malala. A man can dream.
I'm Talon Bigelow.
I'm Sarah Thompson.
This has been Craig's Existential Crisis.
More like a man can cream. You can cut that if you have to.
I'm not cutting anything. I'm pretty sure I burped in this episode somewhere. I'm not cutting it.